Choi is one of the best, if not the best, hunter in the game right now. Pulling him is a huge asset to your account as he does massive fire damage, defense reduction, burn the enemy for passive damage. This guy is a monster, a very broken DPS. So hey guys, Legion here. In this video, I will show you how to play and build Choi in solo leveling Rise. Let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by showing you guys a showcase of his skills and gameplay, and after that, I'm gonna tell you which artifacts you want to use on Choi. Alright, first off, we have his basic attack. Choi attacks the enemy with a few fireballs dealing fire damage. Next, his core attack. Choi attacks the enemy by detonating the ground in front of him, dealing massive fire damage on top of adding a burn effect on the enemy, which the burn effect in this game is very good. It deals 50% of the user's attack every 3 seconds for up to 15 seconds on the enemy. So yeah, very strong. You're gonna deal lots of passive damage the whole fight with this. Now let's talk about his basic skills. The first one is called Rain of Flames, a very satisfying skill to use. Choi summons a bunch of flame bullets on the enemy to deal massive damage in an area. It also knocks the enemy. His second skill is Flame Spear. Choi attacks the enemy continuously with flame spears dealing massive damage. This skill though has a small narrow hitbox, so time it correctly to get the most value on mobs. Alright, on to the big stuff. The special skills. The first one is called Fire Barrage. Choi's support skill. So when you use his support skill while running Sun Jin Woo, Choi will do a big fire barrage on the enemy for big damage. But not only that, he also knocks the enemy down. He will burn the enemy and decrease the enemy defense for you to do even more damage. This is such a broken pair of skills. And on top of that, you can also pair this with his SSR weapon that also has a defense decrease mechanic on top of that. So this is a very broken mechanic. This is what makes him above the rest. All the amount of damage reduction he does adds a lot of bonus damage for everyone in your party. Okay, next, his QTE skill summons a fire dragon, which is kinda crazy, dealing lots of damage while burning the enemy and also reducing more defense on the enemy. So all you need to do when using his QTE, well, first off, it's gonna buff Choi by a lot. So when you switch in with Choi, you're gonna be doing that QTE skill, burning the enemy and reducing defense. So for a period of time, you're gonna do a lot more damage. Make sure to spam all your skills. If you have the ultimate, use the ult right after. You're gonna add a lot more value to your skills by doing so. But next up is the ultimate, called End of Days, which is a crazy name, End of Days. Choi summons a big flaming nuke from the sky to deal a crazy multiplier of damage. Possibly the hardest hitting ultimate in the game. I would say Lim Tae-gyu does more damage with his ultimate overall, but he has 10 hits. Choi has 1 hit, so I would say he has the biggest 1-hit ultimate in the entire game. With his ultimate, you will reduce the enemy to ashes. Alright, now let's talk about the passive on Choi, the details, because this is how we figure out how to build his artifacts. Choi cannot deal critical hits, but his attack increases by 40%. So basically you do not want to build this guy with any crit rate or crit damage at all. It's basically all useless on him. But in return, his basic stats will be very high to do a lot more damage since he doesn't crit. And the other passive is when Choi uses his ultimate, all his cooldowns get reset and he gains a 12% attack bonus. And that's not all. On top of gaining 12% attack bonus, he gains a 12% defense penetration on the enemy. So if his ult wasn't already broken, now it's even more broken. This character is just crazy. But yeah guys, that is basically everything you need to know for Choi in terms of gameplay and how to use him. He's a very broken unit with so much DPS and defense reduction in his kit, while also burning the enemy for passive damage the whole fight. This guy is a true monster. Let's see if this guy reigns supreme for a while, or power creep might kick in, but we will see. Okay, now let's look at how to build Choi. First off, I want to touch on his SSR weapon a little bit. You can get this for free at the moment in the event tab. It's like the dice roll event. Very easy to get. It's not hard to do at all. You just basically gotta log in, do a few things, collect the dice and use the dice. And after doing a rotation for a certain amount of times around the map, you will also gain limited tickets, and one of the guaranteed prizes is the SSR, his SSR weapon. So very good. So I'm gonna look over it for a little bit. This is perfect for Choi, giving him extra attack for 5%, and Choi attacks burn targets. The enemy defense decreases by 5 seconds for 7%. So on top of everything else he does, this just makes him a lot better. Okay, now let's look at which artifacts you want to build Choi with. Now, I do not have a good set of this myself, but this is going to be his best in slot right here. The Black Lion set. A 2-set effect gives 5% attack, and when you have the full set activated, the 4-set effect, this makes his attack ignore 15% defense, which scales perfectly with Choi. With the amount of defense shred he has in his kit, there's actually so much defense shred in this unit, it's just insane. But now, let's talk about the substats you want to go for. Which substats you want to prioritize? You should go for attack, damage increase. Skip everything that is crit and crit damage. You do not need those, so skip those. Basically try to go for as much pure attack as possible with this unit, as this is what this unit scales the most with. And for the helmet, you want attack percent, and the boots, you also want attack percent. This will be the best in slots. Alright, one last thing to mention before this video ends is when upgrading his skills, which skills you want to prioritize first. I would say you should upgrade the ultimate first, as this allows a lot of extra damage when using the ult. The scaling on the ult is just crazy. And also go for his skills. His skills and ultimate first, I'd say. You want to leave the basic attack for last, unless you spend lots of time with Choi on the battlefield. But usually in this game, you want to switch characters a lot and spam the QTE skills, because this is how you make the most value. Because usually the QTE skills have the buffs or debuffs, so you want to spam those. But yeah guys, that is basically all for how to play and build Choi. And there was lots to cover, but he is the best unit in the game after all. Keep in mind, if you're wondering if he is still good at A0, I would say he performs very well at A0. Multiple copies is not needed of this unit. I would say most SSRs you do not need extra dupes, and especially this guy. He's already broken at A0, so you really don't need to pull. So if you were wondering that, save your gems and currency for the next limited banner. But that is all for this video guys. Thanks for watching the guide. Let me know which character I should cover next. I have a lot more that I want to do, but which one should I prioritize? Let me know. See you all in the next one.